Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, today's deck is a deck from our very own Will here on our channel, and we're calling it Kroxas Quakebringer. He had this deck brewed out at the very beginning of Kaldheim, but I'm going to be a little bit embarrassed here and just be honest and tell you I haven't put it out on the channel because I didn't have the Quakebringers yet. I have almost the entire set. I just didn't have those, didn't want to craft them. I do have them now. I'm not going to talk about how or why, but let's get into the deck so we can see some gameplay. First off, we have our removal package, which is 2 Bloodchief Thirsts, 2 Heartless X, 3 Bone Crusher Giants, which is not only removal, but, you know, we can throw it as a creature later on, give us a little bit more value there. 3 copies of Storm's Wrath. You gotta have a board wipe nowadays against all these little aggro decks coming at you with tons of creatures all the time. Sometimes single removal just isn't going to do it. They're going to throw multiple creatures in a turn or build up creatures in a turn where you can't do removal. So 3 copies just seems to fit the current meta. 2 copies of Erebos Intervention so that not only can we gain some life, which really helps against all those rush decks, but we can get rid of all these indestructibles flying around right now. And if need be, if they're playing some kind of graveyard deck, who's doing that, right? Oh wait, this deck. If they're playing a deck like ours or anything else with the Krox or anything messing with the graveyard, it's nice to be able to get rid of all those cards in the graveyard that you can with Erebos Intervention. Then what we have here is what I call our draw package. Now we technically have to discard for these draws to work, but that's what our deck does. We want stuff in the graveyard because of Quakebringer, Ox of Agonis, and Kroxa. We want all kinds of stuff in the graveyard. Even Temeret Calls the Dead all loves things in the graveyard. So we have 2 copies of Cathartic Reunion and 2 copies of Thrill of Possibility. Really synergistic for the deck. Then we have what we call our early or mid-game package. We have 4 copies of Mire Triton, once again putting things into the graveyard, firing up all of our other cards that we really want to take advantage of that. Plus it has Death Touch, so it's kind of part of the removal package. We have 2 copies of Skyclave Shade because it's just annoying and just keeps coming out over and over and over again, so why not? We have 4 copies of Temeret Calls the Dead, just gives us a lot of advantage in one card. We have then what I call our end game or our closers. So we have 4 copies of Kroxa, 2 Ox of Agonis, which is not only really good for 2 body, but enables us to refill our hand with 3 more cards anytime we just have a dead hand or we're out of cards. And then lastly, we have 4 copies of Quakebringer, one of the main cards in the deck. By all means, you can win games without this, but when you have one of these in the graveyard and or in play, and you have another giant in play, you just start to really rack up damage that your opponent isn't really ready for or doesn't really know how to play around. Then our land base is pretty simple. 2 castles for some draw, 7 swamps, 7 mountains, our 4 pathways, and our 4 fabled passages. So it is a really neat version because it is the Rakdos version. A lot of people are doing red-blue giants. So I think Will did a really good job with this deck. Let's go ahead and get into that gameplay, see what happens. Real quick, if you don't mind, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, completely free. It means a whole lot to us over here. Leave us a message down below. We love hearing from you. And don't forget to wait around till the end. We will have a summary for you. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, we have Lapida de Virgil YouTube. Virgil. La Puerta de Virgil YouTube. That's close there. Howdy. How are you now? So we have 3 lands, 1 pathway, 2 mountains, a Bloodchief Thirst, Erebos Intervention, Thrill of Possibility, and a Quakebringer. Let's give it a whirl. Let's take the dice, shake them around, throw them down, see what we get. Try to avoid them snake eyes. Let's lead off with this on black because we have plenty of red in our hands, so we might as well make that a swamp. Or a black mana source, I should say. So they lead out on a Temple of Plenty, so we know they're on at least green and blue. Green and white. What is wrong with my brain? Green and white. Okay, we get a Storm's Wrath. We have 2 mountains, so no matter what, if we draw 1 more land, we can wipe the board. Let's go ahead and put Quakebringer into Foretell. Throw it back out. We want Quakebringer in the graveyard ultimately, but hey, if it's on the board doing damage, that's good for us. So they play a Temple of Triumph, so we have multiple colors now and a short sword. It's not very big. Let's throw our other mountain out. These are instant, so we don't need to do them now, so let's go ahead and just pass the turn. And we're going to end up Thrill of Possibility, discarding probably the other Thrill of Possibility. Seems like the best use. We don't want to get too crazy. Maze Mind Tome is the play for the opponent. What are they up to? All colorless, but a bunch of mana? So they instantly Maze Mind Scry. Once again, a little interesting. And I think they're going to pass turn. So we're going to throw the possibility. We haven't seen a single creature yet this entire game. I don't want to get rid of my Storm's Wrath or my Blood Sheath. I might want to draw some more. So we're going to get rid of the Erebos Intervention. Hope that doesn't... Oh, I hope we don't get punished for that. But hey, right out the gate. Nice. Another Quakebringer. This Quakebringer, we can throw out our Fabled Passage we just drew. Crack it. We want to put it on black. We don't need more than 2 red at the moment. Plus, that way Krox can come out later in the game when we get to it. And let's put the Quakebringer down. So that way, if they kill that Quakebringer next turn, we can throw this one if we draw land. Otherwise, we have things we can do with removal and draw spells. I think we're in a decent position. Okay, so there's a straight white land now. They seem to be, or it's a green-white pathway on white. They're going to draw a card with Maze Mind Tome. Okay, Quakebringer goes off, does damage to them. We draw the land we wanted. Quakebringer is not legendary. I don't see any reason to hold back. So let's go ahead and throw the other Quakebringer. And let's do all kinds of damage. Swing for 5. Boom, right at their head. Pass the turn. Where did that go? There we go. I mean, we're going to do 4 as soon as our turn. I don't even know what they're going to do. There's a green land. What do they got for us? Giant Killer! That's fine. Does the same amount of damage in the graveyard or not in the damage as far as the first. Divine Gambit cleans up our board. What? That one's exiled. What is that all about? What just happened? So let's go ahead and throw the land down, and we're going to pass our turn. Holding up a Thrill of Possibility, we can also cast Loch Thwain. So then they naturally throw the Giant Killer. Cool. Okay, okay. They're going to Maze Mind Tome. They really like to do stuff on their turn. We have a newer control player. I know because I was one. Okay, they're going to equip that sword to the Giant Killer. So they're passing their turn. We're going to go ahead and pay 2 red. Throw the Thrill of Possibility. Getting rid of... I don't think they're going to swarm the board with creatures. So I could be wrong. And I'm going to feel a little silly if I am. But let's get rid of the Storm's Wrath. Okay, and then let's go ahead and... I think we're safe to wait our turn for the Bloodchief Thirst, but I don't know if they have a Planeswalker. So that's the only reason I did that there. Okay, draw 3. So let's... I really don't need the Mire Triton or the other land. So we're going to Cathartic Reunion now. Ditching those 2 cards. Let's draw 3 of them up. Okay. And I think next turn we're just going to Ox. So we'll pass turn. We could draw with the castle, but we're going to take 5 damage if we do. So I think it's best to pass. Let's see what our opponent's up to. It's a Goldspan Dragon. We probably aren't going to be able to kill... Well, they don't have any blue. So before they do anything else, let's go ahead and try to kill it. They'll get a token. That's fine. Instant kills it. So they have every color in the world but blue. A second Ox is a little awkward, but not awkward enough to where we're not casting an Ox immediately. Because our hand doesn't look great against what our opponent's doing, which we still aren't 100% sure what it is. We draw 2 lands and a call, so that is very awkward. Let's throw a mountain past the turn. We do have a 4/2 Ox out, so not legendary, so we'll be throwing a land into another one. Okay, there's another Divine Gambit. My opponent has exile target artifact creature enchantment. That player may put a permanent card from their hand onto the battlefield. So let's put the Tamarack Calls the Dead onto the battlefield. I like it. We must not have had a permanent last time. Oh, nice. So let's get rid of our... We definitely want to get rid of, like, the Mire Triton. None of the other... So they have all the answers, none of the threats. Here comes a Faceless Haven. We'll take it. We don't need this 2/2. We're not going to win. We'll just block. We'll take a turn off. from them. Yeah, we don't need to attack with that. So we're going to do it again. Let's get rid of the Tamarack. Let's throw a Swamp out. That enables that, but we're going to definitely Krox. Yeah, I'm just seeing what land it's tapping. So let's throw the Kroxa. Let's get rid of an Erebos, a Thrill, some land, and another land. Let's get rid of those 5. Get rid of one of the cards in their hand. So the problem is if I throw the Ox right now, we also, if they just board wipe us for some reason, we just lost everything in our graveyard. So I'm going to throw the Skyclave because it doesn't, with a kick. Oh wait, I'm going to throw the Skyclave regular, and that seems like a lot less of a board yeah, we're not overextending that way. Using the Ox next turn or the Krox, depending on what they do, to keep going forward with our game plan. So, see, if I had thrown that Ox right there, so they're running out of cards. Let's throw the Krox again. Let's get rid of the Storm's Wrath, Thrill, Heartless Act, Cathartic, and another Heartless Act. Discard one of their cards. They will have 2 Faceless Havens, but how much snow do they even have? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they can't fire up both in one turn. We don't have enough cards now by 1 to throw that. Let's throw out the Swamp. So we'll throw out the Skyclave Shave again. This time we can kick it. And if they have another board wipe, they have another board wipe. Otherwise, I think we've attritioned them out. Either way, we have another land and enough cards to throw Krox again. Unfortunately. Oh, yeah, these are too small. This scared me. I was like, just... so let's save the Fabled Passage, or... Let's use the Fabled Passage. Put it out there, because at the end of their turn, we can use it. I still think we hold off on this. And we're going to... yeah, let's hold. We don't need this, so we're going to use it for Skyclave on another turn. So we're going to attack. They get rid of the last card in their hand. We hit them for whatever amount that is. Pass the turn. We do not need to, we can draw at the end of their turn. We have the Ox. I think we've got this wrapped up. So non-creature spells cost more. Good game. Got him. Okay. We have Bomb Trip. Like, that was a bomb trip. Let's go on another one next week. Or bomb trip. Like, if you touch that, we will all die. Who knows? We go first. We have 2 pathways, 2 mountains. So we have a lot of land. Erebos Intervention. Tamarack calls the dead. Thrill of Possibility. We have the Thrill. Might as well keep it. We have land. Thrill. Turn 3. We're not really a rush deck. Obviously, we're going to lead out on a mountain. Since these can be anything. One of them will definitely probably be a black. There's a Fabled, so let's definitely probably put that on black. This is an instant. We wait till end of turn, and we are going to Thrill, discarding... I'm assuming maybe the Mountain and a Fabled? No, wait, the Mountain and... we'll see. Anyways. Okay, so Dragon Berserker. They're on some interesting mono red here. Okay, so we're going to Thrill. Oh, just 1 card for this. So, for this one, because we have anything here, and yeah, so I definitely think we get rid of the Mountain. Draw 2 cards. One's a castle, one's a swamp. Okay, well, glad I got rid of a land. Otherwise, that would have been a blowout. So, this 2/2, I think I want it dead immediately. We have the Bone Crusher. Or do I wait past turn? It is an instant. So let's throw the Swamp out. Let's pass the turn. I can Timber it anytime. Okay, it's Arnie. So let's go ahead and stomp Dragonkin Berserker now. So the Arnie can't get any bigger. I mean, I don't think it could. It would have been a 2+1, so 3. Yeah. So. But now we can Erebos it if we want to and start whittling them down, hopefully. So, let's throw the Fabled out and go get another red. And I say that because we're thinning our deck that way, because, I mean, we have 2 more lands in our hand right now. We need to get a little thinner on land draws. So we know we kill that instantly. I don't think they can pump up the defense. That's not how these kind of decks work. So let's see what they do before we do anything else. They do before we do. Another land. They're gonna attack. Let's see if it goes through, if they do anything here. I think they're doing a little pumps here. Nice. Nice. Let's get rid. So now they lose that card all together because there's no creature to target. Or not nice. Okay. There we go. So hopefully that was their game plan. Maybe now they'll just stomp us and pass turn trying to get as much value out of a Bone Crusher. Oh, sorry, kitty. Let's see. What are they going to do? Like, because their plan was probably to throw another Rimrock Knight. Okay, whoa. What are you? Guys, it deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Okay, we don't care about you. And it's a 2/1. So this will throw out on red because this is black. It doesn't matter this turn either way. We have way more black cards in our hand than red. So what gives us the most value for the turn? I want to throw this for sure. Yeah, let's just throw the Timurit. Throw the Timurit. I want a Blood Chief also so that we're not wasting lands. And there's no way I was going to Ox this turn and get rid of all those cards. So it's just Timurit, and I think we're passing. I think we get more value out of the Blood Chief Thirst passing because we're going to get a 2/2 from this to kill this anyways. Yes. Oh, wow. We have an Ox in our hand. So let's get the 2/2. Let's get rid of the Ox that we milled. But I think it's better value here. Even if they Embercleave, then yeah, they keep their creature. But at what cost? So, I'll pass. We're going to be a little careless this turn. It's only careless if they have the card we don't want them to have. Otherwise, it was well thought out and properly executed. They're looking at our token. That means our token's dead. Do they have any more land? No? Are they just gonna... Okay. I still think for 2 damage at turn whatever, they get through for 2. And maybe plus... Yeah, they're gonna have another dwarf in their hand. Yeah, I mean, sorry. Another... Yeah, dwarf. So, I saw that coming. We get a zombie again by getting rid of a Mire Triton. And once again, I'm not going to Ox because I want to really use all of my hand here. We have 3 black. Let's go with another red. And let's go... I think we can just do the whole hand now. So let's go with the Mire Triton. Mill. Let's go with a Bone Crusher Giant. And I could do the Ox next turn. This isn't a huge threat. But neither's their whole board. I don't think they're throwing anything crazy. Okay, let's just get crazy. Let's get crazy. They do 2 damage to... So it didn't matter. I was gonna say, like, I should have thrown that first, but it didn't matter because they targeted that anyways. So I should have thrown the Bone Crusher or killed their creature first. I mean, did the Blood Chief. Fire Prophecy on the Bone Crusher. Back and forth we go with me and the opponent. They are not getting another land drop still, so that means... I mean, they are mono red. They don't... Oh, never mind. Oh, no. There's the Bone Crusher. Okay. Oh, interesting. I don't want to scry that away because then it'll be in the bottom, and we want that, so we'll leave that on top. And I think... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7. So, unfortunately, Mr. Bone Crusher Giant, I apologize. You've got to go. Those are amazing cards. I wish I would have held one of my red up now in hindsight for the Krox, but hey, Quakebringer, get cheaper next turn. I'm going to attack because we have the Ox to block unless they have removal, which is fine. Whatever, we're at 19. is a mono red deck, and we're at 19. We're doing fine. It's the point of the game. There we go. Swing in for 2. They take it. They're at 16. This deep in the game, and they have less life than us. Not feeling like we hit the tripwire. But this has been one bomb trip. Goldspan Dragon. Why do I have to use the words and jinx myself? Oh, man. Did they just top deck that? Okay, we're going all crazy now. Don't have Embercleave next turn. That'd be 10 damage. Okay. How many times can I say okay? This is going to be an interesting one. Oh, Dragon Skin Berserker. Oh no, they're going to make some dragons. So that's not in their hand, or we wouldn't see it. So they have nothing left in their hand. So we can throw this and do the Krox. Yeah, let's throw this. This can't block, so there's no point. Let's do that. So the Krox, they lose some life. Next turn we know that that's a creature that can't block, so that's nothing to us at this point. They're gonna hit us at least in the air for 4. That'd be 8, 9, 10. They'd have to top deck something crazy. We're at 15. I feel like we attack with everything. Ooh, nice. Oh, his first strike. Now make up 4/4 dragon still. A 5/5. Ah! I still think I should have attacked with both. I stick by it. So we hit him for 2 as soon as it's our turn. Depending on if they throw that card, that's 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 brings them to, oh man. This is getting interesting. Yes, they only attack. No. Okay, I won't. Yeah, no blocks. Next turn I can attack with this because I'll have a giant in play, but will it be enough? Okay. Oh, they're going. Yeah. Oh, it's everything. So, okay, so we hit him for 2. So I can do everything. So we'll throw out the Sky. We'll throw out the Sky Shade Clave. Cancel. Hold on. Let's throw out the Krox. Let's throw out the Krox. 1, 2. Let's get all of our land first because it's a good practice. 8 land first. There we go. Okay. Boom. Krox. Takes them down to 4. I can throw the Skyclave Shade. It can't block. So next turn they're gonna hit us in the air for at least 4. And then if we hold back, they would have to top it. So let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I could block that with that. That with that. I think I live. And let's see. I might have enough to draw a card. Even though I don't think yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and pass. I think we pass. Oh man, what did you top deck? Bomb trip. You got me all fluttered. What did you get? Please be a land. They have to hold on to it. If they play it, I think we win. Unless it's an Embercleave, and then we do not win. What do you got? I mean, you got a dragon. You got guys riding dragons. You got giants and dwarves, and oh my. Don't rope me if you got Embercleave. My attack phase. Only with the dragon, huh? Well, I can't stop that, so if you top deck Embercleave, you win. I mean, if they top deck it, either way, we're at 3. We're at 3. Our turn. We're going to draw a card because we ain't getting another turn. We go to 1. Holy guac of all the moles. Did we just win the game? I think we did. Holy Good game. Good game. Top deck. Ready versus Capricious. I think I nailed it. Okay, so opponent goes first. We have 2 Kroxas and Erebos Intervention, a Blood Chief Thirst, Thrill of Possibility, and 2 lands, one being a swamp and a mountain. I'm going to keep it. It has some removal, it has some draw potential, and it's got Kroxas. So whether we throw them and make them discard or thrill, I think we're just going to go on a turn 2 Krox, turn 3 Krox kind of plan, but let's see if our opponent changes our mind. They skim far on the green black land first. Oh, Skull Prophet. They're mana ramping. We've got a mana ramper. So I'm gonna throw red either way, mainly because all we have is 2 mountains, so that is what we can throw. Erebos Intervention. I feel like, so for 2, we kill their 2-drop, and they don't get to do a 4-drop on turn 3. But we are leaving our Krox plan behind. Hopefully they're running out of cards. But we can kill things. Let's hope they don't have anything too crazy, and that was just all they could do. We'll take a 3-point hit. We'll take a 3-point hit. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Get rid of one of their cards. Next turn, we can Blood Chief Thirst and Krox again. And we just, let's stick with our initial plan. You know, sometimes you just feel the right answer. Most Striders, not my favorite thing, but it's... So, Fabled Passage comes up, so we have another black source. We'll throw that next turn. We'll throw this on red. They have so many things. I wish we would have had one more black. Could have did 2 removals that turn if we did. So, do we hold back a Thrill of Possibility? Maybe, probably not. Do we Erebos? Maybe, probably not. Do we Blood Chief Thirst? So many different things we could do here. We have nothing in the graveyard. Let's go ahead and do the Mire Triton, because it just makes it to where our opponent probably doesn't want to attack. They could have a removal, and if they have a removal, they're going to use it. But it kind of threatens anything they do as far as a proactive plan. We get some cards in the graveyard for our Krox later, and next turn we'll have 4 lands, and we can try to see what we can do from there. So they're going to go ahead and scry with the Woe Strider. What is it, a goat, right? 0/4 goat. Yeah, with their little 0/1 goat, scry, draw for turn. See if they hit a land. Copernicus coming at us. Dead weight. Okay, so they swing at us for 6. We were at 22, so we're at 16. You're doing a lot for not having a lot of land, but I guess when you're playing a... Oh, okay. Storm's Wrath is the draw. Let's throw our Fabled Passage and just immediately crack it for black. We know we want 2 black, 2 red, and then from there we don't really mind which way we go, depending on our hand. Let's grab that other black source. And then, I mean, I could Storm's Wrath, but the thing is, right now, we can also Erebos for 2 on the Woe Strider, and then go into the Skull Prophet with the Blood Chief, wipe their board, and still have that left. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to do it in that order, because if we kill the Woe Strider first, they have no incentive to sack that. Now they might, and if they're smart, they will. But, let's see, that's 1, 2. Let's make them do it. Let's go with these 2 guys here, these 2 little red mountains. If they can pump it with that green, I don't think they can, but okay, and they don't do it. So now we Blood Chief Thirst, the Skull Prophet, taking out their whole board, and we hope that they draw a land so that they can go crazy, and then we can Storm's Wrath it. Otherwise, we're going to start throwing a Krox. Oh, hey, they got their land. Either way, we're probably throwing Krox. I can't imagine we need to Storm's Wrath off of 3 lands from 1 turn, past turn. So we're actually going to try to get rid of more cards in their hand. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to throw this Krox. That's not, we don't need to rush. We got a good looking hand. Copernicus, we're going to make you work for it. Copernicus, you got to work for this. Put your cards down. Zip it in. Anyways. Okay, so they discard. Then we'll throw the Mire Triton. 2/1, mills 2 cards, and it has Death Touch, so if they want to remove it, we don't mind. And we also get rid of 1 more card from their hand by them using a removal spell, and we want to see that. We have to conserve our graveyard, because, yeah, we can throw these over and over again, but only as many. Yeah, okay. Fourth land. Let's see what they got. They're not throwing this Woe Strider back out yet. 1 more land. You can highlight it all you want. Dead Weight kills the Mire Triton. Down to 2 cards in hand. Heartless Act is a great draw. So let's do our first Krox. Let's find some land. Always start with our lands. Just really good practice from there. Let's see, an Erebos Intervention and a Bloodchief Thirst. Just in case we draw our, what is it, the Tamaret Calls the Dead. Want to make sure we have some things to sack. Krox hits the board. Go ahead and discard a card for us. They don't have a removal instant speed, or they probably would have done it that turn. They draw, throw a land. I think we've got this all wrapped up. Murderous Rider! Nice! Okay. Okay. So, Fabled Passage, we'll throw that. I don't think it matters what color we put it on, but let's throw another 6 cards left. Oh, we're going to have to kill Kroxas to do this. So, everything else in our hand is good, and let's activate the Fabled immediately. Let's grab another. I think our deck is a lot of red, so let's grab 1 more red, and let's Krox now, and that way we can keep a backup Kroxa, because we're getting rid of everything else. It just felt bad to get rid of all the Krox, just in case. And let's see if Copernicus can murder us. We still have a Thrill for draw. We have Storm's Wrath for a board wipe that also doesn't kill our Krox. We have Heartless Act. It's looking good. I'm assuming they're going to play their Murderous Rider, or are they going into their graveyard for the Woe Strider to get a little bit more? Woe Strider is the play. I think I'm just going to be Storm. They're never going to throw an entire board state against us again. That's going to be too scary, and they can't Woe Strider next turn. So I think I Storm's Wrath. They have to make the decision whether to scry, but the board's gone. Swing. Hit them for 6. Loses their last card in hand. Like, their board, they don't look that bad. And we're still getting roped. Copernicus is being a jerkicus. I'm kidding, Copernicus. You're amazing. So let's go ahead and do what we said we're gonna. In a time of battle. That was a good decision. Get yourself a scry. To the top or to the bottom? To the top or the bottom? To the bottom. That's good for us. That means they're going in blind. I think we should attack for 6. Get rid of that last card in your hand, please. Slam them down to 9. Pass the turn. Leaving us a Bloodchief Thirst, Heartless Act, Thrill of Possibility in our hand, and a backup Krox. Murderous Rider comes out as a creature. So they decide not to Woe Stride again, probably because they don't have enough cards to do so. We get a Cathartic Reunion. So this is a 3-drop. What else are we doing this turn? Not a whole lot. Let's go ahead and just Bloodchief Thirst for 4. Kill the Murderous Rider. Let them have it to the bottom of their library. Slam into them for 6. Discard that card in your hand, please. If it's a land, you just lost. Nope. Take them down to 3. Pass. And I think we've got this under wraps. Good game, opponent. Oh, can we Woe Stride for 4? Yeah, 4. Yeah, we can Woe Stride. Nope, but they know because we're going to attack with a 6/6. Game over. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for Kroxas Quakebringer. What a mouthful. Say that 3 times fast. So, it's a really fun deck. Giants are really fun to play in this current metagame. They might not be super strong. I'm hoping they come out with a few more Giants and just really make it to where it's a much more viable archetype, because it really is a blast to play. What would we do different in the deck? To be honest with you, at the moment, I felt like the Skyclave Shades were just a little bit lackluster at times, just not doing what we wanted with this particular shell of a deck. And what would I add instead of that? So I was toying with the Crystalline Giant, so that is one thing I would suggest bringing 2 of those in. We are a little bit light on our 3 drops anyways in the deck, so maybe we bring that in, and maybe that's an answer. I don't know. Ultimately, to be honest, I am going to try the Crystalline Giant, but I think Fire Giant, it maybe is a better idea there. But the reason I don't know is because I don't know if we have enough giants in the deck, being only the Bone Crusher Giant, the Quakebringer, and the Kroxas. So we actually don't have a lot of giants, but you know, we're trying to win the game with giants, so there should be one on the board. So I think Fire's Giant's Fury is definitely a neat card to try out. Not only does it push damage through with its trample ability, but it draws us cards. So I'm definitely going to be playtesting that. If I don't like it, I might try out the Crestline Giant. From there, who knows? You know, you never know how a deck evolves until you play with it more. And then also, I've been thinking about taking out 2 Heartless Acts. There are a lot of creatures flying around right now with tokens on them, especially mono white. Or there's the lands out there right now like Crawling Barrens. So you know, it's a little harder to kill those with Heartless Acts. So I was thinking about toying around with some squashes. But once again, will I have a Bone Crusher Giant, a Quakebringer, or a Kroxa on the board in a timely manner to where I can actually use Squash and get away with its mana cost being reduced? So I think at the moment I'm just going to run it in this particular shell right here, just doing the changes and adding the Fire Giant's Fury. But I wanted to mention these other cards in case you wanted to try them. So down in the comments below, let me know how you ran the deck and how it worked best for you. If you liked the video, please do so. Subscribe to the channel, completely free. It means a whole lot to us over here. And as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.